Greetings from the Tour de France. This is James Start with Frankie Andreo for our first edition of Tour Talk 2014. And jolly hockey sticks, we're in England.
Gotcha. Jolly hockey sticks. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. Yeah, we are in England. We're at the start here in Leeds, and I think it's been okay. The atmosphere has been pretty good. There's been a few yellow things, not a whole lot, but compared to London, no comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing more signs on the double-decker buses for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It's been a rather indiscreet little start here, but I think that's going to change tomorrow because all the signs are saying these roads are just going to be packed.
Yeah, I think it'll be packed. I mean, the Olympics was where a lot of people came out, and obviously last time it was in London, a lot of people came out. And Cavendish, I mean, the pressure is enormous on him to win on stage one, to be able to get the yellow jersey for the first time. And he's British. I mean, everybody's going to come out to try to see if that can happen.
I mean, it's tailor-made for him. It's basic sprint stage, no prologue to have to navigate around to get the jersey. So if he wins, he's in yellow, and he can keep that yellow maybe for the first couple of days. Although stage two is going to be pretty brutal.
I think one day. I mean, it's a 190-kilometer stage tomorrow. I think Cavendish has a good chance. The sprinter has a good chance to be able to win. Stage two, I think the jersey's going to change hands. And I think then
Sagan
maybe Sagan. It's going to be hilly, but what's going to be very important is that the placing that you get on stage one is going to be extremely important because on stage two, if there's not a time gap, then whatever placing you get on stage two, it's going to be the cumulative, and whoever has the lowest score is going to be the guy who gets the next yellow jersey. So you got to place like fifth, fourth, third, and the next day get fifth, fourth, third because whoever's not going to be placed a little bit further back on that ends up not getting the yellow jersey. So that's if there's no time gaps on stage two. But then you keep it for 2 days. Then you might have another change of the yellow jersey on stage 5. Then you're going to have another change of the yellow jersey on the medium mountain day of stage 8. Then the first mountaintop finish on stage 9. It's awesome. So you could have 5 changes of the yellow jersey in the first week. Well, a little longer than the first week.
Since Christian Prudhomme has been the tour director, that's been one of his main things. Add suspense all through the race. He's like the modern, he comes from television. He's like, you can't watch television and watch 7 flat stages in the first week of the tour. You'll just click out. So he makes sure that every third day by the maximum, there's something interesting. Tomorrow, Sunday, we got an interesting stage. I'll tell you, at the start here, people aren't talking about the Alps. They're all talking about the cobbles on stage 5.
No, I mean, you have your GC guys, and we've talked about them. The Froome, the Contador, the Nibali, Valverde. We can go to Talansky, to TJ, Bach, Mollema. You can go down the list. Coming out of the first 3 days here in England, guaranteed somebody's going to be out of it, for sure. These windy roads, and we're driving around, there's road furniture all over the place, there's islands, there's signs. It's windy, it's twisty.
They ride on the wrong side of the road. I mean, hey.
It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be tight. And the guys are going to complain. They're all going to whine about the roads being too narrow and this and that, but you know what? Every generation before this has had to put up with this. They all know what's coming up. They all know about it, and it's going to be extremely tough trying to yell at all the riders to stay in the front because it's just not possible. And guarantee it's going to be a little bit destructive.
I mean, you remember the start of the tour in 1996 in Spergombach, Holland. You were still racing. Remember those roads?
I crashed on day one.
5, 6 deep on each side. Lance was bitching about it to me.
Lots of road furniture there too. Yeah, but it's going to be epic. It definitely is going to be epic, and it should be pretty interesting on that. But after we get through those, I mean, again, like you mentioned, every 3 days there's something really going on. Then we move out of that, and then we get into the mountain stages. And I think really, I mean, you got to save a lot of energy for that last week.
You got a pick?
Overall?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I have a pick.
Well, why don't you give it up? Come on.
I think Contador, and then I think Froome, and then my third place is a little bit more between Nibali and Valverde, but I'm going to give it to Nibali.
Okay, just a little, variation on that theme. I think Froome's going to, despite all of his hardships this year, I think his time trialing is still superior, and I think he's going to pull it out when he has to there. Could be wrong. Contador is going to be there. Contador is not going to have problems on the cobbles. I'm also not going to count out little Mr. Andrew Talansky. I like that kid. That kid has a head on his shoulders. He's afraid of nobody, save maybe Froome and Contador. I think he's definitely top 5, and if you're top 5, you're not too far from the podium.
So you got first and second with Froome, and I can't argue with you. Froome is a better time trialist, but coming into the third week at the end, 54 kilometers, I think Contador can kind of limit that.
Sure.
But I think Contador overall is a better bike racer, and I think that's what's going to come into play on these early roads in England, the cobbles, and some of the races after that with the big descents, and take advantage of maybe Froome not being exactly the best bike handler.
True that.
So you got Froome, Contador. Who's your third?
Well, what the hell? I'll go out on a limb. I like Andrew. I'll take
right.
Andrew Talansky being the revelation of the tour. And if I come through on that, you can come back and show this clip again at the end of the race.
I would love for Andrew Talansky to be third on the tour. This is going to be a fantastic tour. I think I'm super excited for it to get going, and just because there's so much action, just right in the beginning and right at the end, and so I think for us, we're going to be entertained from the start to the finish.
That does it. Jolly hockey sticks.
Let's get to tomorrow.
You don't know that one, huh?
No, I never heard that before.
You haven't spent enough time in the British prep schools.
No, I don't know.
Neither have I.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Well, I guess you won't then.
No.
From the tour, this is James Start with Frankie Andreo, Tour Talk 2014.